Sonic the Hedgehog Free is a 1994 platform game developed and published by SEGA for the Sega Genesis, as it is known in America, and the Sega Megadrive, as it is known in Europe. Like previous Sonic games, this is the sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 Adventures, where the player traverses side-scrolling levels while collecting rings and defeating enemies. The player has the choice to control Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails, Miles Tails Prower, who attempt to retrieve the Chaos Emeralds to stop the evil Dr. Robotnik from relaunching his space station, the Death Egg, which fell in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. After it crash lands on a mysterious floating island, Sonic the Hedgehog Free is the first game to introduce the character Knuckles the Echidna, the island guardian who lays traps for Sonic and Tails, and serves as a new rival to the protagonists. Knuckles would go on to become a staple of the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and become part of Team Sonic, the trio of Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Development began in January 1993 by Sega Technical Institute in California, shortly after the release of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. It was initially developed as an isometric game, similar to what would eventually become the game known as Sonic 3D Blast, but instead became a conventional 2D platform game due to time constraints, something that would plague this game's development. Sonic the Hedgehog Free is an interesting game. It was developed simultaneously with Sonic and Knuckles. Both Sonic the Hedgehog Free and Sonic and Knuckles together were actually planned as a single game until time constraints and cartridge costs forced the developers to split it into two separate games. In an interesting way of moving production forward and coming up with fun ideas to keep gamers satisfied. The game cartridge for Sonic the Hedgehog Free can be attached to an adapter on the Sonic and Knuckles cartridge, which allows you to combine and fuse a game on top of Sonic and Knuckles, creating a combined game known as Sonic the Hedgehog Free and Knuckles, the final complete game. This is almost like DLC, but in physical form in the 90s. So, when they didn't have time to keep both games into a singular game, they split them up, and you can clip Sonic the Hedgehog Free onto Sonic and Knuckles, giving you the true game as it was intended to be. Because of this, the dual link mechanism of Sonic and Knuckles opened a plethora of different interesting ideas. You could combine Sonic and Knuckles with previous Sonic games to insert Knuckles as a playable character. There was also a minigame hidden in Sonic and Knuckles if you fused it with any other Sega Genesis or Mega Drive game, unlocking something known as the Blue Sphere game, a game that has not just hundreds, but thousands upon thousands of generated levels for you to enjoy the special stages. So, you have the entire game and a mini-game all in one. This kind of ingenuity stands the test of time. Sonic the Hedgehog Free is a great standalone title, and so is Sonic and Knuckles. But with their forces combined, fused together, we have the ultimate Sonic experience, and something that is still revered by fans to this day. However, Sonic the Hedgehog Free, despite its popularity and critical acclaim, has always been something of an interesting and controversial topic to discuss. While other games like Sonic 1, 2, Sonic and Knuckles have always been happily ported onto other consoles, Sonic the Hedgehog Free has always been very slowly left behind, due to an interesting development. The pop musician Michael Jackson composed portions of the soundtrack, but left the project midway and went uncredited. His music was replaced in some re-releases, so because of this, lawyers, copyrights, and Michael Jackson's own legal disputes, which I'm not even going to get into, caused this game to have a kind of difficult means to be ported. So, some re-releases completely replace parts of the soundtrack which have traces of Michael Jackson involved. But I have made this video, Sonic Free, almost a conquest of sorts. I desire to give you the pure, original experience of Sonic the Hedgehog Free, as not just myself but many others believe Sonic Free was pure innovation at the time in terms of soundtrack and gaming. Despite the controversy and the disputes Michael Jackson had in his career and personal life, his music soundtrack is undeniably in this game, even if he is uncredited. This version we are going to play is the original Sonic the Hedgehog Free, which I hope you will appreciate. Sonic Free was released in North America and Europe in February. Sonic Free was released in North America and Europe in February 1994, and in Japan in May. As with its predecessors, despite the controversy, it was a critical and commercial success, with critics and fans alike seeing it as an improvement over previous installments. Sonic Free and Sonic & Knuckles sold a combined 4 million copies worldwide, placing them amongst the best-selling Genesis/Megadrive games ever sold. They have been re-released in the following years in various SEGA and Sonic compilations, with this current title being the most difficult to port due to its musical licensing. Sonic the Hedgehog Free is a 2D side-scrolling platformer. Just like Sonic 1 and 2, players can control Sonic, Tails, or even both simultaneously with a second player. Sonic Free takes place over 6 zones, each divided into 2 acts. Levels are populated with Badniks, robots created by the villain, Dr. Robotnik. Sonic and Tails can defeat them by jumping on them or using the iconic spin dash attack, which also gives the character a speed boost. The levels include obstacles and other features, such as vertical loops, corkscrews, breakable walls, spikes, water that the player can find a hazard if they drown in, and bottomless pits. There is a mini-boss fight at the end of each stage, and a full boss fight at the end of a second stage. Reaching a new level has the new feature of saving the game to one of 6 save slots, opposed to the previous games which must be completed in a single attempt. As with previous Sonic games, Sonic Free uses rings scattered throughout the levels as a health system. When the player is attacked without rings, Sonic or Tails shall take damage. This game also debuts new shield abilities, an aqua/bubble shield for protection and the ability to breathe underwater, the flame shield to encourage fire to stay away, and an aggressive style of play, and my personal favorite, the thunder/lightning shield, which gives you a double jump, attracts rings, and protects you from harm. Sonic the Hedgehog Free contains 2 types of special stages. When the player collects at least 50 rings and passes a checkpoint, they can warp to the first type, which involves bouncing up a gumball machine-like corridor to earn power-ups by hitting a switch. In this section, you can get lots of goodies, and it's a lot of fun to play, which we will discover in this video. And in the alternative special stage, this is where you can play the legendary Sonic minigame, the Blue Sphere game, in which the player can earn Chaos Emeralds, required to access the true ending of the game, and Sonic's most powerful form, supersonic. And perhaps something greater if we connect Sonic and Knuckles, which you may see in the future. The Blue Sphere game is triggered by entering giant rings found in secret passages littered around the levels, and involves running around a 3D map and passing through a number of blue spheres arranged in patterns, implementing the elements of problem solving, puzzle solving, and fast-paced gameplay. This gets more difficult as the speed increases. This is considered one of the best minigames and means to obtain a Chaos Emerald ever implemented in a Sonic game. So much that the Blue Sphere game is very popular to this day, and some people even play it without even playing it as part of Sonic 3 or Sonic & Knuckles itself. These stages are essential to collect the Chaos Emeralds. Once you collect all 7, you unlock the true ending and Super Sonic, his true form which makes him invincible to most obstacles, and a fine reward for accomplishing such a challenge. Failing to collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds triggers a post-credit scene in which Robotnik and Knuckles taunt the player. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Sonic 3 also includes a competitive mode, 2 players controlling Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, as you race through 1 or all 5 of stages that do not appear in the main game. In these same stages, a single player can compete against the clock in time attacks. A fun alternative mode to play, especially with a friend. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 was the first appearance of Knuckles the Echidna, who is featured prominently in later Sonic games and Sonic the Hedgehog comics and media. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles allows the player to play Sonic 3 levels as Knuckles, or Sonic and Knuckles levels as Tails, or both Sonic and Tails. Other new features are the ability to collect Super Emeralds, unlocking new Hyper forms for Sonic and Knuckles, and a Super form for Tails, improved save options, access to areas that Sonic or Tails could not previously access, altered boss forms, and an additional ending, which we will see one day, and I hope you enjoy it when that moment arrives. According to the developers of this game, the team felt they needed a deeper story to expand the world of Sonic, which made the project huge. The levels are triple the size of those in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and there are homages to previous levels, such as the Marble Zone, the Labyrinth Zone, and many more. Many elements were conceived during the development of Sonic 2, but were put instead to Sonic 3. Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles were originally planned as a single game. However, the manufacturing cost of a 34 megabit cartridge would have been prohibitively expensive. Also, due to the game's scope and SEGA of America's commitment to launch a major McDonald's Happy Meal promotion in February 1994, the team reluctantly split the 2 games. So, Sonic 3 and Knuckles was cut into 2, allowing more time to develop the second part and splitting the cost between 2 cartridges. And thus, Sonic and Knuckles' legendary cartridge lock-on technology was created, named, and implemented, so Sonic 3 and Knuckles could be experienced as intended. Sonic 3, given Knuckles the Echidna's debut, had many designs for the character that were considered. In the final design, they were envisioned as a supporting character for Sonic, and felt they would make a good playable character. Whereas Sonic symbolizes speed, Knuckles symbolizes power, and the emphasis of the character was to break walls and explore. His shoe coloration was inspired by Jamaica's flag, and also his dreadlocks. The original name for the character was Dreads, referring to his dreadlocks. The design was tested with focus groups of American children. Knuckles can jump around and fly, somehow, against the laws of gravity with his dreadlocks. But hey, we're about to play a game about an anthropomorphic hedgehog and a fox taking on an evil scientist. When all is said and done, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles are both individually fantastic games, and the final experience when combined makes a legendary game. Unfortunately, thanks to the backstory of Michael Jackson's legal troubles, this caused complications, especially since Michael Jackson was also working on a game, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. In the United States, Sonic Free was the top-selling Sega Genesis/Megadrive game in February 1994. It became one of the best-selling Genesis/Megadrive games, selling at least 1.02 million copies in the US, with Sonic Free and Sonic & Knuckles selling a combined 4 million cartridges worldwide. Sonic Free, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Free and Knuckles are considered pretty much up there in the apex of greatest Sonic the Hedgehog games, alongside such great titles as Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Mania, and Sonic Generations. While many games are subjective and down to your own personal preference, Sonic Free is a wonderful, legendary game, and one that I'm happy to present to you in an ASMR format. And on a personal note, this game has become a conquest of sorts for myself. I originally had this footage filmed months ago and lost the footage due to technical issues. Then, a month ago, roughly, I filmed it again to perfection and had even more technical issues. But I decided not to give up, to persevere, to keep going. And the love and support and compassion you people have shown me has encouraged me to keep going and finish what we started. We have Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 in ASMR format, which you may feel free to check out on my main channel. It is time, appropriately, after 2 failed attempts to record this game. Third time makes the charm, and it's time for Sonic the Hedgehog Free. The current mission at the moment is to begin with Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR, and then in the future I am going to record Sonic & Knuckles ASMR as a separate entity, an ASMR playthrough. Then, when the time is right, we will play the final combined experience, Sonic Free and Knuckles ASMR. One of the finest gaming experiences I've had the pleasure of experiencing. All I hope is that you, despite all the setbacks, controversies, and histories I'm going into in this narration, I hope the end product is a product that everyone can enjoy, fans and newcomers alike, friends, subscribers, wanderers, everyone. I want this to be a relaxing, entertaining experience, no matter what you get out of this video. And so, our story begins. After the events of Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic and Tails destroy Dr. Robotnik's creation, the Death Egg. When it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere, it lands on the so-called floating island, known as Angel Island. Having survived his previous encounter with Sonic at his space station, the infamous Dr. Robotnik is devious and cunning, tricking Angel Island's guardian, Knuckles the Echidna, into believing that the blue hedgehog is actually after the Chaos Emeralds. While he begins repairing the Death Egg at his launch base, Sonic and Tails must travel through Angel Island to destroy the Death Egg for good, while dealing with the misguided Echidna along the way. The island guardian, Knuckles the Echidna, begins searching every nook and cranny of Angel Island until he encounters Dr. Robotnik in a forest. Upon learning that Knuckles is the guardian of the Chaos Emeralds, the devious doctor tells him lies, that he is a kind scientist who has come to investigate the Death Egg. He also warns him that he is being followed by an evil hedgehog named Sonic, who is disrupting his research and has stolen the island's Chaos Emeralds. Believing Robotnik's lies, Knuckles teams up with him to foil Sonic when he arrives, claiming the emeralds for himself. And thus, Sonic and Tails must reclaim the Chaos Emeralds and stop the Death Egg from launching once more. With a combination of speed, platforming, puzzles, and adventure to stop Dr. Robotnik, Sonic the Hedgehog Free is a fine adventure that I am happy to share with every single one of you. This video is intended as content with elements of ease to assist people with relaxation or even entertainment. Regardless what you get from this video, I only hope that you enjoy. And if you like content like this, to please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It is deeply appreciated. I pour a lot of my heart and soul into these videos, and it's great to see people share their love and support and memories of games such as this. So, all you gotta do is sit back and relax. I am Alakazam ASMR, and let us begin Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR. Let's go supersonic and master the system. Please enjoy, my friends. And welcome, my friends, at long last, to Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR. Now, for a little bit of story time. Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR is one of the most highly sought after and demanded games for me to play on this channel. With good reason. This is one of the greatest Sonic the Hedgehog titles in the entire series. One of my personal favorites, and an absolute blast to play and talk about. So, all you have to do is sit back and relax, and I, your friend, Alakazam ASMR, will play Sonic Free ASMR to its full completion. So, take it easy. I've got this. You just relax. Now, in this menu, we've a really chilled out little bit of soundtrack here. That's a theme you're going to notice with this playthrough. The reason I took so long to record Sonic Free ASMR is that I wanted the original soundtrack. It just hits that sweet spot of nostalgia, just that little bit differently. If I wanted to give you Sonic Free ASMR, I wanted to give it to you in its purest form. So, on this menu with this nice bit of soundtrack, you can choose to play the game in its current state as Sonic and Tails, Sonic alone, or Tails alone. We'll get into connecting Sonic and Knuckles another day. For now, let us begin our adventure at long last in Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR. Please enjoy, my friends. Let's go supersonic. Sonic and Tails on their plane, the Tornado. The Chaos Emeralds. Angel Island Zone, Act 1. So, unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle. Yeah, right. Knuckles the Echidna, the newest rival to Sonic the Hedgehog, has taken the Chaos Emeralds. So we need to go through Angel Island Zone Act 1 to get them back. Sonic the Hedgehog's freeze controls are very simple. You can move up, down, jump, and land on objects, such as boxes that give you rings, your form of life. If you take a hit, you lose all of your rings, but you can gather them back. Now, through this area, These giant rings lead to special stages, where we can obtain the Chaos Emeralds we just lost. This will be our first attempt to gain a Chaos Emerald back. So while we chill out here, get ready for the first special stage in Sonic the Hedgehog Free ASMR, and allow me to explain this fun minigame. This is the Blue Sphere game. The objective is very simple. Get blue spheres. So, touching a red sphere will kick us out of the special stage. When we run into a blue sphere, it turns red. If we enclose a circle around blue spheres, they turn into rings. This is necessary to get a perfect score in a special stage. So, basically, don't hit a red sphere. And as this music loops, it gradually gets faster and faster, and so does the speed of Sonic and Tails. This minigame is an absolute blast to play. It's so much fun. It's incredibly frustrating, but also very rewarding when you get it done right. So, let's try and get our first Chaos Emerald, and get a perfect score by obtaining all the rings in this stage, by forming a circle around blue spheres. We'll leave this one till last. Make a loop. There we go. Rings. Perfect. Ah, so satisfying, isn't it? Now, go through here. Voila! Sonic and Tails obtained our first Chaos Emerald. We need to get 7 of these to re-obtain Sonic's lost supersonic form. Can we get all 7 Chaos Emeralds? Keep watching and find out, my friends. Now we return to Angel Island Zone, Act 1. So, that's the minigame, the Blue Sphere minigame. Now let's get into the actual controls of Sonic Free, the main gameplay. You can jump, go left, right, down, typical platforming fun. But there is different ways to play Sonic. By holding down and tapping the A button, you can do Sonic's iconic spin dash, which allows him, since Sonic the Hedgehog 2, to begin areas with an increased burst of speed. Now, in combination, we find special items that grant us powers. In this instance, we are temporarily invincible for a few seconds, so any enemy we touch gets obliterated. These little things are checkpost signs. So if we ever lose a life, we will return to one of those as soon as we spin through it. And that is an extra life. So anytime you hear that little bit of soundtrack, it means we got an extra life. Go through the loop here. Sonic and Tails running together. He always catches up. Come on. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have been vibing to the music there. That's not good. Now look at the graphical differences. Now, when you go through a checkpost, you gain access to a special stage. This is the bonus stage. You gotta try and open this gumball machine, and it gives you random items. It gives you 3 different types of shields, which I will explain their purpose as we obtain them throughout the game. So, our first shield is the Flame Shield. When you double tap A, you burst forward in an inferno of fire. This is very useful for aggressive players who just want to attack, smash forwards. It also renders you immune to certain flame-based attacks. Now this area down here, check this out. Looking down here, you can see another giant ring leading to a special stage. Let's check it out. Tails got the right idea. Now we access Blue Sphere Stage 2. Let's get all the blue spheres and grab ourselves the second Chaos Emerald. Let's see if we can do it perfectly and in style. Now anytime you hit one of these white spheres, they will bounce you backwards. So, you can still keep moving backwards, hence why I did things a little bit in reverse there. They're very good at confusing you, so you have to be careful not to run into them, unless you know how to control yourself. Which gets increasingly more difficult the faster and faster this minigame gets. So when you see the chance to circle around, this can leave entire gaps open, making it easier for you to understand what you're actually doing. So by turning these areas into rings, it actually gives me a gap to go back if I need to. I never understood this as a child, I just constantly locked myself into unwinnable puzzles. But if you think intelligently and quickly, you can turn this complex-looking game into lots of fun in many, many different ways. That's why the Blue Sphere game is one of the most popular minigames ever put on a Sonic game. Now let's go for this. Need a few more rings before we can finish this. Notice the speed difference. Perfect. Now, let's finish this off. Booyah! Special Stage 2 is cleared. Sonic got a second Chaos Emerald. Now we have the green and yellow Chaos Emeralds. We're not even out of Angel Island Zone 1 yet. Very nice. Now let's continue onwards in this adventure. Hope you're enjoying, my friends. We got a long way to go. Angel Island Zone 1. Before I went through the checkpoint, I was about to explain. This is why Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is so beloved. Not only is it a great sequel to an already great title in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but everything is upgraded. The visuals, the music, the animations that Sonic and Tails possess, and just making the gameplay much more exciting. Case in point, we just obtained a second shield power-up. This is the Thunder Shield. Got an extra life. The Thunder Shield is my favorite shield in the game. You have the Flame Shield, the Aqua Shield, and the Thunder Shield. Now the Thunder Shield is really cool because you get a double jump, which is just a really good way to maneuver around the map. It protects you from certain attacks. But more interestingly, it attracts rings to you. Not bad guys though, that's just me. I'm a popular guy around here. Now this is one of the standouts of Sonic 3, the soundtrack. You might recognize that little woo. I always wanted to record Sonic 3, but I wanted to do it in its original raw format. Mini-boss down. Sonic and Tails got through Act 1 of Angel Island Zone. And so begins Act 2. A great detail about Sonic 3 as well. When you get to Act 2 of an area, the music changes. And now we have another special stage. Let's see if we can get a third Chaos Emerald. Let's do this. Special stages are hidden in the most unlikely of locations. so you get plenty of chances to do it again and again if you mess things up. Do things a little bit in reverse. Now, if we succeed in this stage, we'll have 3 Chaos Emeralds before we've actually completed an entire level. So this is great for people playing the game if they want to speedrun it, and so on and so forth. If they want to get all the emeralds, all the rings, that kind of stuff. Not everyone plays a game that way, but it's good to include that option for people who are into it. Continuing onwards, I want to try and do the special stages perfectly by obtaining all of the rings. But look at the speed difference. It just gradually goes up until it's just blazing through. I'm gonna jump through here. Leave those 2 spheres until last. You'll see why. We still have rings to get. This should clear things up and make it perfect. Booyah! Perfect. Jump at the right moment, and we're out. Sonic and Tails have obtained their 3rd Chaos Emerald. Nice going. And we did it perfectly. Now we're going to return to Angel Island Act 2 with our spoils from this adventure. Playthrough's going really well so far. And we obtained a continue if we ever mess things up. Now, back to what I was talking about. A fun part of Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles is the fact that between Act 1 and Act 2 of the game, the soundtrack changes. Really makes each area feel unique. Now, the one weakness of the Thunder Shield is that you completely extinguish it when you go into water, same with the Flame Shield. But now we have our new shield, the final one we haven't shown, the Aqua Shield, the bubble, pretty much. This thing is very useful. It's not as flashy as the Thunder or Flame Shield, but it's very practical. You can just bounce straight down. Now we have our Thunder Shield back. Don't worry, the Aqua Shield will get its use throughout this playthrough. Its main utility is deflecting enemy attacks, and it allows you to breathe underwater. But it's not really water that's the problem in this level, it's fire. So let's equip ourselves with a Flame Shield, which will be very useful. Also, the shields in general are just a fantastic way to give you an extra life, pretty much. If you ever make a mistake, you lose your shield but keep your rings, meaning you have 2 ways to protect yourself from losing a life. And look how dynamic and fun the level design is compared to Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Sonic the Hedgehog 2's got fantastic level design. But right out of the gate, Angel Island is in flames. Super Sonic got punched out by Knuckles. And we'll find out more about Knuckles the Echidna as we play through these pair of games. I fully intend on recording Sonic and Knuckles at some point, and I hope you stick around to see that dream become a reality. And perhaps we'll fuse Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles together to make Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles. Tell me what you think about that, my friends. I know this video has been long awaited. Now, continuing onwards, another bonus stage. Let's go for it. Let's go get some gumball. An extra life. Lovely. A flame shield. Repeat. Rings. Excellent. Angel Island Zone, Act 2. Back to reality. Whoop, there goes our flame shield. Alright. Let's bust out of here. Whoa. An airship. A flying battery, if you will. Poor Tails. Well, that embodies the spirit of Tails. He keeps going, even when things go wrong. Poor Tails. There's Robotnik in the background. Let's get serious, Robotnik. I see you. Our flame shield encourages us to play aggressively. Now look up here. This is unique. A capsule that holds animals captive. But it flies from above instead of being on the ground. An interesting way of showing that off. What's happening now? Knuckles. Now we enter a new zone. This area is very famous in Sonic the Hedgehog fans' minds. Let's start off by saying this. You can either call the zone Hydrocity or Hydrocity. I actually quite like calling it Hydrocity because it sounds like, well, hydro and velocity. You can also be quite literal and say Hydro City. So I'm just going to call it Hydrocity Act 1. Now, this is like one of the weirdest combinations, right? So, listen how cool this soundtrack is. Sonic's in-universe weakness is water, and that was basically a kind of cheeky inside joke to how fans really didn't like the water levels in Sonic the Hedgehog games. Then in Sonic 3, the developers were pretty much determined, like, let's make a water level exciting. And so they did. So rather than waddling around much slower than usual, they use water to make things fast and interesting. Let's jump through here to a bonus stage while I ramble away. See if we get lucky. An aqua shield. Appropriate. Lots of underwater sections. So we actually have a way to breathe underwater, which really will help out, as long as we don't take any damage. Thunder Shield. There's benefits to all three types of shields, depending on your playstyle. At the end of the day, you can lose these shields at any moment by making a single mistake. So, play well enough and enjoy your reward. Unfortunately, we went in the water, so we lost our Thunder Shield. But look at that! Look how fast Sonic ran, even underwater. The developers really knocked it out of the park with this level's design. They turned a water level, which is famous in universe for being the fans' least favorite levels, and made it so exciting and fun. I mean, check this out. Unfortunately, it is still a water level. So, you gotta make sure you grab these bubbles or prepare to die. Don't want to bust anyone's bubble now. Booyah! Now, let's continue onwards. Hiding away in here is a spring, launching us forward. Mini-boss time. Poor Tails. I'm gonna say that a lot. Tails is only mirroring our actions. It's appropriate though, in universe, Tails probably would be trying to copy Sonic and be a hero. But that also includes Sonic's recklessness. Luckily, he seems to be okay despite how much punishment he takes. Jump. Hey! Tails still dished out some damage and took down Robotnik there. Nice one, Tails. Sonic and Tails got through Act 1 of Hydrocity Zone. Now be prepared for Hydrocity Zone, Act 2. This is probably one of the most famous areas in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Now look at this. It's a water level in Sonic the Hedgehog. But wait till you see the kind of mood change. Immediately, we need to keep moving. Speed, fun. Move with agility, solve puzzles, and make exciting racing action in Sonic 3 ASMR. So it's like they just took the Labyrinth Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and decided, right, we need to make this more interesting. How can we do that? And I think they nailed it. And a lot of fans seem to think so, because this being the second level of the game, if a water stage wasn't doing so well, a lot of people will be saying how they didn't like this, but it stands the test of time as one of the most popular stages in Sonic history. Now, moving onward, poor Tails. Sorry, buddy. But hey, ain't about how many times you get hit, it's about how many times you can get hit and keep moving forward. Or more simply, it doesn't matter how many times you get hit. It matters if you get up. Even look at the sprite animations. Look how active and dynamic Sonic's appearance is when he's moving around. Very detailed and cool sprite work. Really makes Sonic and Tails really come to life. And now Sonic's running on water. Look at his speed. Hydrocity Zone. So, you can call it Hydrocity if you wish. I prefer Hydrocity for the high speed. There's an extra life there, so you can grab it. Excellent. Hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far, my friends. We still have a very long way to go, but it's a fun adventure I hope you're all going to enjoy. Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the most requested videos, both in ASMR roleplay form and gaming roleplay form. Excuse me. Sonic is basically one of my most requested roleplays to make and gaming series to make, so I'm glad to make something that people seem to really be enjoying. Now, let's get ready, jump into the giant ring, and prepare to try and take a stab at special stage number 4. Get blue spheres. Let's go for it. This minigame can be so frustrating, but it's so much fun. There's actually so many combinations of this game. There are people who could actually just sit back and play Blue Sphere game on its own. And who can blame them? It's a simple concept, but sometimes the best ideas are the simplest ones. The idea of a simple game that can just be generated in so many different ways. I mean, look at that. We had to jump very dangerously. So you need to try and get all of the rings. Now, we need to get all of the rings. Let's have a look around. Hopefully we can get a perfect score. Leave the straight line to last. Let's go for this. Check the speed out here. blue streak speeds by Sonic the Hedgehog. How quick this special stage is. Perfect. Now, the last 4. Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald? Oh, there it is. Well, Sonic and Tails just obtained the 4th Chaos Emerald. The 4th damn Chaos Emerald. Well, tapping into another side of my identity crisis, Sonic and Tails have got the 4th Chaos Emerald. The 4th damn Chaos Emerald. Oh, it's good to just mess around like this. For all the frustrations I've had trying to get Sonic Free filmed, it's good to just cut loose and just enjoy it. It's one of my favorite games of all time. In fact, in terms of 2D Sonic, I mean, Sonic Free Knuckles is pretty much up there in terms of all-time Sonic games. I mean, look at the execution. We're only 2 levels in and we've got 4 Chaos Emeralds, lots of dynamic gameplay, cool level design, a fantastic soundtrack, and it's just a lot of fun to play. We were really spoiled with this game at the time we received it. Genius from SEGA. I cannot praise this game enough. Let's go for a special stage. Okay, nip in. Gumball time. Got a flame shield. Maybe not the best level to have a flame shield, considering it's surrounded in water, so an aqua shield's pretty good too. Oh, we got another flame shield. Come on, see if we can get one more. Hey, an aqua shield. Nice. Well, we managed to pull that one off. Now, continuing onwards. Hydrocity Zone, Act 2. How cool is that soundtrack? I'll repeat this in this playthrough, as well as Sonic and Knuckles, that arise eventually in the future. I wanted, particularly in this game's case, to play it in its original raw format. So, there is the option to play this game in Sonic Origins, a recent collection that includes this game, but it has changed soundtrack, obviously because of licensing and copyright. But I believe if I want to share this game with people, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the Sonic Origins soundtrack, but I just wanted to share the original raw experience with you all. Now, unlike Sonic, he don't chuckle. Ugh. Knuckles getting in our way again. Well, ain't much we can do about it except go forwards. Gotta go fast, Sonic. Let's run right ahead into the next boss. Our Aqua Shield coming in very handy here, giving us that extra bit of height to hit Robotnik. But we don't want to fall into this whirlpool. This is another case of the game rewarding you for playing well. If you manage to keep your shields, you gain additional means of fighting the boss. You get that little bit extra reach or aggression that you need to make that game a little bit easier. Also, it's just fun to play with the different shields. Alright, Sonic and Tails, we can do this. Plus, I got all you, my friends, my viewers, at my side. We got this. We might have taken damage, but that won't stop us. Hydrocity Zone, Act 2, is cleared, and the animals are freed. Sonic and Tails got through Act 2 of Hydrocity Zone. Whatever could lie ahead now? A water surge launches us above into the Marble Garden Zone, Act 1. Now, this level is just really cool. This level's a pretty big homage to Sonic the Hedgehog 1. It's almost like Hydrocity Zone is an upgraded form of the Labyrinth Zone from Sonic 1. And the Marble Garden Zone is an upgraded version of the Marble Zone from Sonic 1. You get to see the early designs of Sonic levels and just see them improve them. And you can really see where they were starting to get the good ideas rolling. I mean, you've got badniks disguised as obstacles, so you can actually survive jumping on them. Strange stuff like that. You can really see SEGA were starting to pull together all their best ideas to make the highest quality game they possibly could. I mean, go back, if you're a newcomer, I'd just like to let you know I filmed Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 full playthroughs for ASMR purposes. They're among some of my most popular videos. But if you'd like, go back and check out Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and check out the Marble Zone. And then look at that and look at this in comparison. You can really see the difference in the quality. Marble Zone works just fine, and Sonic 1, don't get me wrong, but the fact that they just expanded on it so well. Look at this. Moving platforms, fake trap enemies, and just the speed boost. Everything on this is an improvement over the previous games. It's just fun. End of the day, you don't always need a story or graphics or even complicated gameplay. The game's just gotta be fun. And Sonic 3 has got all of these things. Especially for the time this game was released, this was very graphically impressive. Now, watch out for this. I need to be careful here. Don't want to run into an obstacle. But there's something hidden around here I need to show you. If I lift up here on this spinning top, or Beyblade, we can go onto Special Stage 5. Let's try and get our 5th Chaos Emerald. See what I mean? Special stages can be hidden absolutely anywhere. Which makes, even though it's a linear game, just go from the left to the right of the screen, Sonic 3 just encourages you to just keep exploring. You can see why so many people just got so addicted to Sonic the Hedgehog games. They may appear simple, and they can be simple. But also, if you want to give yourself that extra challenge, then by all means, explore, have fun, and just enjoy gaming. That's what it's all about. It's whatever experience you make of it. And Sonic 3 encourages many styles of play and lots of fun options. Now, let's look around, see if we can get all of the rings in this special stage. It's a big area, we gotta explore it. Excellent. Perfect. Now we've got to find those 4 blue spheres we deliberately left alone at the start of the level. Because they're isolated, you can't turn them into rings, so leave those for last. That's the tip I give for people doing the special stage. If you want to get a perfect score, leave the isolated spheres till last. Let's look for these last 4 spheres. They'll be around here somewhere. We saw them at the start, so we just need to go and retrace our steps. And obviously not go into a red sphere along the way. Look at that speed difference. Jump. So the longer you take in these special stages, the more insane the speed will get. 2. 1 more. Booyah! Our prize lies ahead. Sonic and Tails obtained their 5th Chaos Emerald. And we are on Marble Garden, Act 1. We've almost got all the Chaos Emeralds already. We're not even an hour into this game and we've almost unlocked our super form once again. That's another great addition to this game that was implemented from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The idea of a prize you get from obtaining all the emeralds. You see, don't get me wrong, it's cool in the first game. You get all the emeralds, you unlock the true ending. But having something you can actually use in the game is so much more satisfying. So, getting an unlockable super form is a really fun thing to do. And I'll make sure we find it. Lost our shield, but that's why it's there, to protect us. So even if we do make an occasional mistake, just gotta watch what you're doing. Alright, running on this Beyblade here. Boom. Build up a bit of speed, then land in the ground. That crushes the ground underneath. Gotta be more methodical about this. A special stage. Why not? A one-up. That's what's fun about the gumball machine. It's completely randomized. Now check out that benefit of the Aqua Shield. These broken spires from the ceiling would normally damage us. With our Aqua Bubble Shield, don't have to worry about that. But if you lose it, it's a different story. Don't want to lose 185 rings. There's some Sonic fans would be crying if that happened. But luckily, Sonic and Tails have got this covered. All you gotta do is sit back and relax as we continue on our adventure in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 ASMR, as we now go into Marble Garden Zone, Act 2. And now, once again, you gotta listen to some cool soundtrack. Hear the difference. Robotnik. We need to watch ourselves. The environment is being destroyed around us. We need to keep moving forward. Whoa, that was a close call. Brief thing about Tails: takes any damage or loses a life, just comes back anyways. Foxes are sneaky creatures, aren't they? Alright, an extra life. I love that about Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. When you go from stage 1 to 2, there is an actual noticeable difference. It's not just, okay, Marble Zone Act 2, and it's just slightly different. It's a totally different look, a different soundtrack, different enemies, and just different everything. Really makes every zone feel more fleshed out, and like a world that Sonic and Tails live in. So there's more ruins and traps and things just out to get Sonic and Tails. Luckily, I'm here to navigate. And hopefully entertain as well. Look what we stumbled onto. Another giant ring. Let's see if we can grab our 6th Chaos Emerald. Very little space to maneuver. Just gotta watch we don't box ourselves in. Keep going. Gotta play this cool. Try and obtain all of the rings. We can do this. Let's keep it up. Perfect. Now make sure we don't box ourselves in. We still got 30 to 28 blue spheres left. So don't cage ourselves in. Even as the speed increases, a single misstep could lead to us moving into a red sphere, resetting our progress. 4 more to go. We got this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Sonic and Tails obtain Chaos Emerald number 6. Pretty cool, huh? Unfortunately, the way I'm recording this, the emeralds aren't sparkling like they should. But, hey, there we go. That's what I'm looking for, that visual effect. It's supposed to flicker like that. It just makes it look that extra bit cool. And now they're vanishing on me. Oh, very nice. Marble Garden Zone, Act 2. Yeah, let's jam out a little bit to this music. Alright, let's continue with the adventure. Just a casual little reminder, whether you're a Sonic the Hedgehog fan or not, that on the rest of my channel, Alakazam ASMR, there's a variety of content out there, ranging from game playthroughs similar to this, other Sonic games, roleplays, as well as entirely different series and miscellaneous content. I'd really appreciate it if you checked me out. After all, I'd like to attract as wide of an audience as possible, both Sonic fans and others. Even if this game isn't your cup of tea, thanks for making it this far in the video. I really, really appreciate it. I know these videos end up on the longer side, but I feel like if I'm going to play this game to completion, I want to share a memory with you all. I can look back on this and be like, hey, it's pretty cool. I'm going to go and get all 7 Chaos Emeralds with my friends out there in cyberspace. It's a pretty cool feature to actually share with each other when you think about it. We can share our experiences of these games that made our childhoods or things we discovered later in life that bring a smile to our face. Speaking of smiles, let's try the gumball machine. Okay, let's see what we can grab. See if we can maybe grab an extra life, we're lucky. We get an Aqua Shield. Hanging on for dear life. Well, we got an Aqua Shield. Bouncy, bouncy. I mean, yeah, anyways. Besides that light musical break, I'm just having a lot of fun playing this game. But think, like, this kind of level, which would be like ruins, would make you think it's going to be a more puzzle-oriented, slow stage. And while this stage is kind of slower in some areas, it's still very fast-paced. Really shows off the skill and, well, the quality of the Sega Megadrive / Sega Genesis. Really shows you how they crammed so much potential into this console. And Sonic being Sega's mascot, they really wanted to make a statement and be like, look what we can make in this console. This game is an example of, it's like an 80s and 90s movie that stands the test of time. Or any movie for that matter. If you make something to be timeless, it is going to look just as good as it did, even in the current day. Think about it. Think about some classic movies that you love, and then go, wow, that still looks really good to this day. That's because it's made to be timeless, not to be part of the times. While yes, not many 2D games exist nowadays in the style of Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog, this game still looks outstanding to this day, and that's why so many people still have fond memories of it, and love to go back and play it. Good games will always get replayed. There's always an audience. After all, they're fun distractions and ways to enjoy our life, tucked in little cartridges and CDs and other storage devices. So, I hope you're enjoying the playthrough so far, and thank you so much for making it. Here, have a gumball on me. See what we get. Thunder Shield, my favorite. It's another thing that you gotta love about Sonic 3. My personal favorite shield is the Thunder Shield, so I'm gonna try and prioritize getting that in most instances, unless it's situational. But it's good because someone else might prefer playing with the Aqua or the Flame Shield, and that's totally viable. Not discouraging one player to play so another one can enjoy themselves, just make it so everyone can have fun. That's peak game design. Everybody enjoys. Hey, Eggman. Oh, I'm sorry, Robotnik. We haven't quite called him that yet. So Robotnik's destroying the stage. We need to keep moving forwards. Who knows what he's up to? This is why this Thunder Shield is so useful. I could be endangering myself by going out of my way to grab rings, but with a Thunder Shield, they come naturally to us. Makes us irresistible to the rings. We'll leave the bonus stage for now. We've done quite a few of those. Don't worry, we'll go back. Just because we're running a little bit low on time. We've only got 3 minutes and we're out of here. The clock is ticking and we're in the clear. Now let's keep going. Jump up. Get ready for this. See what lies ahead. Robotnik. Use our Thunder Shield. What's he doing? Uh-oh. Now how's this for a unique boss battle? Tails. Tails with all his strength is flying us. With teamwork we can take down Robotnik. Gotta be careful though. We need to look from here which direction he's flying from. We lose a life if it hits 10 minutes. So we got 2 minutes to defeat Robotnik. Keep it up, Tails, you're doing great. A few more hits ought to do it. Nice. Let's break open this capsule and free the trapped animals. Sonic and Tails got through Act 2 of the Marble Garden Zone. Quite a dynamic boss, huh? Things darken. And now we approach the Carnival Night Zone, Act 1. Pew. Oh, this theme has haunted my nightmares. Not because I'm scared of clowns. In fact, I love clowns.
I might even be pretty good at making a clown voice.
Yeah, I might be pretty good at doing clown voice sometime in the future.
Oh, tell me about it, Alakazam.
Anyways, those two completely unrelated characters aside, not that I'm scared of clowns, but this level, Carnival Night, lives in infamy, which is strange because it's actually one of the best designed levels in Sonic 3. It's basically a homage to the Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2, while missing the actual gambling elements like the slot machine, which would be used in Sonic and Knuckles instead. You've got a dynamic, fun, colorful level. However, the level lives in infamy, and I'll explain that later when we encounter it. This is the level where a lot of people's playthroughs just stopped, because there's a particular section of this that just completely roadblocked people from completing it. And this funny, clown, jovial music eventually turned into the sound of mocking you, like na 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 na. It's hard to explain, but am I the only one who thinks this? Like, you stay long enough in this zone, it's almost like the music is laughing at you, rather than with you. And I do still stand by that to this day. When I was a child, I was nowhere near as skilled at playing Sonic games that I am now. I don't have it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, this level's got a dirty little secret hidden inside of it, and I'll let you know when we encounter it. This level is extremely well designed, though. It's a lot of fun, lots of gimmicks, lots of fun to be had. The problem lies in the fact that you can actually get a timeout in this stage, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's see if we can go into this and get the final Chaos Emerald. This one looks like it's going to be tricky. See if we can get the final Chaos Emerald. We open a path by drawing a circle, giving us rings. Now, let's do this in style. If I'm filming this for completion and ASMR sake, let's do it in style. Watch this. Boom. Hippity hoppity, these rings are my property. Nice. That would have been really good timing for me to mess that up after showing off. Anyways, we're not out of the woods just yet. So grab more rings. The ultimate prize lies ahead, the final Chaos Emerald in this game. It's actually kind of appropriate we would grab it in this stage, actually. If we grab the 7th Chaos Emerald, that would mean that when we grab the final Chaos Emerald in Sonic 2 ASMR, we did it in the Casino Night Zone. So, if we go in Sonic 3 and obtain it in the Carnival Night Zone, it's kind of like a nice little throwback to the previous game. Which, by the way, if you enjoy Sonic ASMR, go check out Sonic the Hedgehog 2 ASMR. I've actually got 2 versions of it, Game Gear and Sega Megadrive / Sega Genesis. But for now, let's clear this special stage. Grab all the rings. Perfect. Now all we gotta do is grab that damn 7th Chaos Emerald. We got this. 4 more spheres, and we've cleared this. Let's not get overconfident. We can do this. Come on, come on. Where are you? Hiding away from us. We're gonna get you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ain't that fantastic? Sonic and Tails. finally obtained all Chaos Emeralds. And with my dark magic, I'm going to make them appear on screen in just a moment. Come on. There we are. How beautiful are those? We get to continue, but more importantly, now Sonic, once again, can become Supersonic. His ultimate form in this game. Now, we have access to Supersonic, a hidden form that can be unleashed when you double tap with no shield and have 50 rings. We'll use that ability when the time is right. For now, let's just enjoy the stage as we receive it. So we have all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Very satisfying to say that. Now, what was I talking about before we got in the special stage? Oh yes, timeout. You see, if you get to 10 minutes in Sonic the Hedgehog free and a level, you lose a life. Carnival Night is one of those stages where a lot of people legitimately got a timeout. It's really difficult in a Sonic game to lose by timeout, but some levels you can truly do so. It's because the design of Carnival Night is quite confusing. It's designed to trap and confuse you and keep you in locations longer than you should be. So that and the upcoming dirty little secret of this stage. There's a lot of things in Carnival Night Zone that can really trip you up and cause you to lose by timeout. Tell me something, Sonic fans, existing Sonic fans clicking on this video. Do you know what the dirty little secret's going to be? Let me know in the comments what it is. Not everyone's going to understand what it is, but those who've experienced the horror of this thing know what I'm talking about. But let's continue onwards. It's a shame because this is a very well designed stage. It does give you lots of color, very vibrant, very fun, very charming, very attractive level. Another giant ring. But because we got all the emeralds, we just got an extra life there. Use our flame shield to attack ahead. I mean, look. This level has the dirty little secret, but it's so much fun. And yeah, you can see why it's a homage to the Casino Night Zone from Sonic 2, which was actually so popular it basically influenced SEGA to make Sonic Spinball, which I also have an ASMR playthrough of. Now let's get to the mini-boss. Shameless advertising aside, we got a mini-boss to deal with here. He's impervious to damage, unless we can attack him. There's no way to pierce him. The only thing powerful enough to puncture him is himself. Mini-boss defeated. Now, get under the ground. Sonic got through Act 1 of the Carnival Night Zone with his buddy Tails. Now ain't that a good sign? Besides the sign behind us. Now, this is where it's going to get interesting. Carnival Night Zone 2 adds a lot of interesting differences to this level. Now, the dirty little secret that I'm talking about resides in this specific area of the game. It's something that stops a lot of people from completing the game. And when I was a child, myself included, I actually don't know how I completed Sonic Free as a child. That's how much of a nuisance this thing is. But I'll let you know when it arrives. Just letting you know it exists in this level. And any existing Sonic fans can feel free to tell me in the comments what they think it is. But if you've played it, you already know. Let's just explore the fun gimmicks, the colorful design. And let's see how they mix up the level. How are they going to make it look any different in Act 2 compared to Act 1? There's not too much difference so far, but just you wait. I say that and then a cannon appears. Something fun to play around with. See what I mean? It can be very easy to get trapped in an individual area. You can just bounce into the wrong object and get caught somewhere for a few minutes. Get caught a few too many times and you can genuinely get stalled into a timeout. Or something even worse. But we're going to move forward regardless what this game throws at us. After all, this isn't just made for your relaxation, but your entertainment. And me getting trapped might amuse Robotnik if he was ever to play this game. Especially because it involves Sonic being trapped. But for the purposes of an ASMR relaxing playthrough, I think we can get through this level just fine. We're doing pretty good. I think we're about 2.5 minutes into this level and we're actually nowhere near the exit. One of the longest levels in the game. Very well designed though. Despite the fact I used to hate this level as a kid just because I got stuck on it, I did genuinely enjoy it. Unlike Sonic, you don't chuckle. Lies and propaganda. Knuckles just smashed the power button, and now we're blacked out. Now look how different the stage is. Luckily, we have to go on an underwater section, but we have the Aqua Shield. So at the very least, we can't drown. That's a great feature in a Sonic game. It's not that people can't navigate a water level, it's the fact that you can't really navigate it to your fullest potential because you're scared of drowning. Having to rush makes you make mistakes. Now we might have lost our Aqua Shield, but at least it protected us from harm. Now, let's keep going. The water is gradually draining, so we're not trapped in water for too long. See what I mean, though? It sounds like the music is almost taunting us, like...
Well, Alakazam, you're still inside this level.
You know what I mean? Like a clown's laughing at you.
Well, Bats, tell me what Alakazam's doing in this video. Is he stuck?
Okay, maybe I'll get into that voice some other day. But other than that, the Carnival Night Zone is a lot of fun. Bumping into here. Whoop, don't want to get crushed to death. A lot of rings. Don't worry, we'll find a use for them when the time is right. We have unlocked the ability to go supersonic, but ironically it wouldn't work as well in this stage because supersonic gives you the ability to move with higher mobility and invincibility. But it can kind of make it difficult to actually move around with dexterity. So our accuracy will go down a little bit, but we'll be invincible doing so. So for now, we're going to hold off on turning supersonic. We'll pick the right time to do that, don't you worry. Boom. And the lights are back on.
Well, Alakazam, someone's decided to start paying their electricity bill. I'm crazy enough to fight bats, but the IRS and the electrical bill companies, no, thank you.
But yeah, a little bit of Mark Hamill Joker aside, me messing around with the voice.
What are you talking about? I'm real.
Okay, I'll speak with you another time, Joker. Anyways, back to Carnival Night Zone, Act 2. Let's see. Wow. Look at the speed that can build up in that. You think for a game that was released in the 90s, that would crash the game. But no. Now check this out. This is the dreaded moment you've all been waiting for. Carnival Night Zone's dirty little secret. An area that will live forever in infamy. Now, this is infamously been dubbed the Barrel of Doom. Looks innocent enough, doesn't it? This door closes behind us. We can't break through it no matter what we do. The only way through is to go underneath this barrel. But how do you do it? Okay, jump light. Nothing happens. Jump medium. No. High jump. No. Time the jump so it bounces this down further. How am I doing this? No, seriously, try and explain. What did I do there? You see, the Barrel of Doom is defeated by standing on it and holding up or down at the directional pad. That's it. It sounds so ridiculously simple, but that's what makes it so insulting. You never really have to use the up and down buttons ever besides spin dashing. But to have it put you in the area of a game where you cannot escape without using it. Lots of people never completed Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because of that infamous barrel. Because it makes you think you're supposed to jump, and then you'll escape it. So let me know what you think, Sonic fans. Did you get stuck at the Barrel of Doom, or did you find an alternative path? I must have done that as a child, because I definitely beat Sonic 3 as a kid. But every time I bumped into the Barrel of Doom, I had no idea how I got past it. Remember, not very good internet at the time, kids. It was word of mouth. If someone told me when I was a child, yeah, just hold up or down, I'd be like, in the name of Pingus, are you kidding me? That's all I had to do. Anyways, Carnival Night Zone, Act 2. Let's break out of here. I mean, look, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We're almost on 8 minutes. We've got 2 minutes left to clear the level, or we're going to die automatically. Knuckles isn't making it any easier. We've got 2 minutes to get to the end of the level, and that's without even defeating a boss. We might be in a bit of trouble here. Robotnik broke through our shield. What's he doing? Using magnetism. Gotta be very careful here. We don't want to lose our rings. That could be the key to our victory. This is a very close call. Come on. We are running incredibly low on time. We have a minute left or we're gonna die. Alright, it's time to unleash Sonic's true power with the 7 Chaos Emeralds. It's time to go Supersonic. In 3, 2, 1, let's go for this. And Supersonic. Activate. When you turn into Supersonic, as long as you have rings, you are invincible. You cannot take damage. You get increased speed and an enhanced jump. Meaning, as long as you have rings, you can make quick work of any enemy in the game. But your rings will deplete. But, thanks to the strength of Supersonic, Sonic and Tails have cleared the Carnival Night Zone Act 2. And now I need to build up to this. Coming up next is my favorite stage in the entire game in Sonic the Hedgehog Free. I just love the whole aesthetic of this next level, and it's got my favorite songs. Well, 2 songs of the entire game. Sit back and chill out. Ice Cap Zone, Act 1. Sonic on a snowboard. Snowboarder to us. Now, let's keep cool and play through one of my favorite stages in all of Sonic history. How cool is that song? Really good to chill out to. Now, I might have to freeze with these ice puns. I'm done with punishing you for now. But in all seriousness, I love the Ice Cap Zone. The visuals, the aesthetic, the soundtrack, the challenge, and just the fact these levels are fast and fun with puzzles and speed. Just, if I had to pick my favorite stage in Sonic Free, vanilla Sonic Free, it's Ice Cap Zone, easily. I think the biggest selling point is that song. In fact, I'm purposefully not going into supersonic form just because I love the song that much. Plus, it's just a beautiful background. Also, with how convoluted the Carnival Night Zone can get at times, it's a nice breather. It's still a challenging level, but it's not insultingly easy. It's just a great way to cool things off. No pun intended. This is another great reason why I wanted to give you the original Sonic the Hedgehog free in its original intended state. This was one of the songs that was replaced in Sonic Origins, and while there's nothing wrong with the new songs, especially since they had no choice, they had to avoid getting into court. But I just love the fact of showing off the original soundtrack. This stuff just blew my mind as a kid. This was always one of my favorite levels just because of that snowboarding section alone. In fact, that image is so popular, they couldn't help, SEGA, but pay homage to it. And not only Sonic Adventure, but Sonic Adventure 2. Now let's go into the bonus stage. See if we get lucky. Think about it. There's an ice level in Sonic Adventure 1, where Sonic snowboards. And then, in perhaps one of the most iconic scenes in all of Sonic the Hedgehog history, you have Sonic Adventure 2, the opening scene, the city escape, where Sonic snowboards in the city. I mean, something as iconic as that can be traced back to this game. Even as early as 1993, Sonic going in that snowboard for 30 seconds got the wheels in somebody's brain spinning, going, hold on a minute, that looks really cool, let's expand that. Now, how awesome is the aesthetic of this level? I love it. Tell me, my friends, Sonic fans and non-Sonic fans, if you've played this game, what is your favorite stage in Sonic Free? I'd love to get your opinions. Tell me what your favorite stage is in Sonic Free, and save your favorite Sonic & Knuckles stage for when that eventual video is created. Until then, thank you so much for your time in making it this far. We're making really good progress in playing this game. Ice Cap Zone just comes around at just the right time, giving you the right amount of relaxation and challenge and fun. 35 lives. Well, it's more than the cat anyways. Let's bust out of here. That beautiful background. Truly, ice caps. Come on. Now let's bust an ice cap in your... No, maybe I shouldn't finish that sentence. Come on. Attack. A Thunder Shield coming in, very useful. That double jump is so useful that I have to take advantage of it. Protects you, helps you attack, and attracts rings. That's why it's my favorite power-up in the game, besides Supersonic itself. Sonic and Tails got through the Ice Cap Zone. Act 1. Nice. Ice to see you. It's time for Ice Cap Zone, Act 2. My very favorite track in the entire game. Second place is Ice Cap Zone, Act 1. First place is Ice Cap Zone, Act 2. Favorite song in the entire game. Deliberately not even going to go into Supersonic. I like it that much. Really relaxing. The fact in the ice caps there's underwater sections. So there's these dark but also simultaneously bright and mysterious looking caves underneath the depths. But then you go up into the surface and there's these beautiful seascapes. Don't break open those boxes. Those are traps left by Robotnik. You bust open one of those boxes and you'll take damage. It's very easy to fall for that trap because you can just follow the momentum and go, oh, there's a treasure. Oh, wait, no, never mind. It's a mimic, pretty much. Now we defeat these badniks, which are hilariously called the Pingulators. And I'm not even making that up. It sounds like a Pingus joke. No, they're called the Pingulator. Now let's move backwards instead. Do a little bit of exploration this level. As much as I love this soundtrack, this is a very short level. You don't hear much of it. So I'm going to stretch this out as long as I can. Now, let's calm down a little bit. This has been a long journey. Relax and enjoy this playthrough, my friends. Take it easy. Let's continue on with this adventure in Sonic Free ASMR. A hidden area up here. Thunder Shield bringing all the rings to us. Hiding away in here as well. A giant ring. So, if we got this far into the game and didn't unlock Supersonic, we'd still be bumping into chances to do it. Just in the nick of time, we just busted through that enemy. Look how pretty that background is. But the image is ruined by Robotnik getting ready to try and kill us. That's not cool. Save our buddy Tails. Get ready to go to the cooler, Robotnik. And Robotnik's plans for now are frozen. Now let's continue onwards. There's a capsule with our name on it, getting ready to be broken open. Favorite song in the game. It's actually a shame that stage is so short, but I love it. Sonic and Tails got through Act 2 of the Ice Cap Zone. And now we're going to build up. In vanilla Sonic the Hedgehog free, this current version we are playing, there's only one stage left to play. So rev your engines, or your spin dash, and get ready for the final stage in Sonic the Hedgehog free ASMR. The Launch Base Zone, Act 1. From the snow we emerge. The launch base. Now what is Robotnik planning to launch? Look at it in the background. You might recognize it from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Or the movie that this thing is paying homage to. From a galaxy far, far away. The launch base is being used in Robotnik's scheme to launch the Death Egg into space. He must have to build it on the ground, but eventually launch it into space. So Sonic and Tails have to stop him. Very dynamic stage. Lots of gimmicks, fun, fast, and a high adrenaline soundtrack. Continuing onwards. Break open this door. So this is the final stage of the game. Unless you fuse this game with Sonic and Knuckles. But we'll get to that another day. But you have to let me know, people, if you want to see it. You good enough with just Sonic free in its own? Or do you want Sonic and Knuckles ASMR? Or would you like Sonic free and Knuckles ASMR? Let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate your feedback. And just love talking with you all. You're all such friendly people. But all friendliness aside, we're gonna bust through Robotnik's base. Carefully navigate this. Alright. Making our way through. Traps everywhere. Oh, this is gonna be good. Super speed. $39 extra lives. Even though we have super speed, that does not make us invincible. So we have to be careful how we maneuver. This is the final stage of the game, after all. It's going to throw everything it can at us. Bonus stage. Why not? Bring a little sunshine into your life. This level is just so bright and cheery, I can't help but access it. Even when I got my favorite power-up in the game, it's just so fun to play this little mini-game. Whether you get a reward or not. It's funny though, because the gumball machine's so easy to play and understand and bright and cheery. And then the mini-game in Sonic and Knuckles is so freaky in comparison. It's so difficult to grasp, and it's kind of intimidating because you're like, what's going on? Whereas the gumball machine just like, oh, just jump up there, get a gumball. There you go, have fun. You'll find out in Sonic and Knuckles ASMR, if enough people ask for it. Let me know what you think in the comments, my friends. It would be a crime to not do Sonic and Knuckles ASMR. After all, this is only half of a game, and look how exceptional it is. Imagine playing the other half. Or it wouldn't be forbidden, the idea of combining both together. I activate polymerization to fuse Sonic the Hedgehog free with Sonic and Knuckles ASMR. That's not too bad of an idea. Now, going through the launch base area. 155 rings. We're actually almost halfway through the timer. Gotta keep moving. And we're moving very fast. There's a lot to get through in this stage. Okay, can't go back this way. Enemy down. Another bonus stage. Why not? Just go for it. Stress-free. Just, okay, whatever we find, we find. Now we have 40 extra lives. And some rings. Launch Base Zone, Act 1. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Well, quickly but surely, actually. We've been moving at a pretty good pace, I'd like to think. Even though I'm taking my time, I'm still moving quick and going through puzzles relatively fast. Hey, Robotnik. Just missed him there. Jump up here on this platform, see what we can find. Oh. It's you, Knuckles. He threw a bomb at us. Knuckles is quite the demolition man. Or the demolition echidna. That building's been destroyed. Tails seems weirdly happy about it. One more bonus stage. Have a little smile before we take on a boss. It's a great way for beginners to play this game as well. Just a different means for them to play the game and obtain extra lives. The longer someone can play a game, the longer they can enjoy it. So, no need for it to be needlessly difficult. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. Mini-boss time. Gotta carefully time our jumps to deal damage to this guy. Whoop. Sorry, Tails. Poor Tails. Give him a break. Only one arm left. Enemy down. Nicely done. Sonic and Tails got through Act 1 of the Launch Base Zone. Now onwards to the final stage and Sonic the Hedgehog free. ASMR. Launch Base Zone, Act 2. Things are going to get tougher than they've ever been in this game. No way to avoid losing our Thunder Shield. There was nothing we could stand on out of the water. Ah well. Just have to go unprotected for a while. Playing the game raw right now. But you know, we don't have to be vulnerable. I think it's time, like no other, to grab as many rings as we can. If there was ever a time to unleash Supersonic, it would be now. After all, there's not much left of the game to play. Why the hell wouldn't he go supersonic at this rate? Now, prepare to go supersonic. Let's do this. Take flight, activate. Now, you get to see supersonic outside of a boss battle, showing you how powerful supersonic is and utility. We have a longer jump, much quicker speed, different animations, can't take damage. So yeah, besides getting crushed to death or drowned, like Supersonic can't be touched. However, notice the ring counter. Just like Sonic the Hedgehog 2, when you turn into Supersonic, besides being a fantastic homage to Dragon Ball Z and its Super Saiyan form, it's just a great little bonus for getting all the Chaos Emeralds. Besides, well done, you unlock the true ending. Like no, you unlock the power of 7 mystical Chaos Emeralds. Use their power to save the world. A tangible reward at the end just makes things really nice. And the fact Sonic's expression changes from like kind of reckless carefree to so serious really ups the kind of level of intensity of the game. Like when you activate Supersonic, it's like, yeah, I'm not messing around anymore. Like he knows how powerful he is. And it just looks cool to just turn shiny gold and just blaze your way through a level without having to worry about collateral or just any kind of consequences of your jumps. If I jump into a spike pit, oh well, not gonna die. But this doesn't last forever. Every second you'll lose a ring. So you can't keep it going forever. I mean, look at that. I can grab 3 rings, but it might take me longer than 3 seconds to grab them, so it's down to your own skill level and the timing of when you play Supersonic. But look at this launch base zone. Supersonic is just blazing his way through everything in sight. Booyah. I mean, how many enemies are we destroyed by just running right through them? We basically cleared a lot of the level by just running through stuff, not even trying to destroy anything. But let's chill out now. When you run out of rings, you will depower. Return back to regular Sonic. Luckily, the flame shield we picked up in Supersonic form is still working just fine. Let the momentum carry us forwards. Boss time. There's Robotnik over there. Whoa! Lost our flame shield. That was unfortunate. So they're going to launch cannonballs from down here. It's kind of hard to predict, because you don't know what side they're going to be from until they've already launched. Remember, the high ground is sacred. Take advantage. Close call. Oh, very close call. I always thought this was a cool part of the game as a kid. One of Eggman's mechs flying around in this thing. Was fantasized as a kid having one of these things of my own. They just look so cool. There's Knuckles the troublemaker. Eggman doesn't give one damn about collateral. He's gonna launch the Death Egg from the base, regardless if Knuckles is in the way or not. Little subtle bit of storytelling being said there, without even a single word of dialogue. Knuckles is supposed to be Eggman's ally, and then that's how he treats him.
I've had my uses for that useless echidna. Now, Sonic, prepare to die. Take that, Sonic.
Okay, I'll leave Eggman out of this video for now. Perhaps another day. Let's get serious.
I'm going to launch frickin' laser beams at you, Sonic. Ugh. Out of my way, Sonic.
Eggman, stay out of my playthrough right now. We'll get to you another time.
Oh, fine. Enjoy playing with Sonic. Hopefully you die.
Okay, Eggman, I'll speak to you later. Anyways, watch out. This shuttle-like machine launches lasers, frickin' lasers, at us. So, gotta watch out for those. What's Robotnik up to now? Ominous. Clouds of darkness. The music changes. Final boss. Take caution. Robotnik can grab and crush us with the arms. We don't want to jump into the spikes or the rocket boosters. Keep it up. Time this. One mistake and it's all over. We've got 1 minute left to take down Robotnik. For good. 1 minute left. Can we pull it off? Pulling together, my friends. I say one more hit ought to do it. Let's finish Robotnik once and for all. Robotnik goes down. And so does the rocket booster on the Death Egg. Let's witness what we have just created. The rocket booster is detached from the Death Egg, which is just about to fall from orbit. And so, we have completed Sonic the Hedgehog free ASMR with access to Supersonic. We have cleared the game, obtained all 7 lost Chaos Emeralds, and even cleared the special stages perfectly. I think that's a fantastic way to say cut and finalize this long-awaited and highly sought-after ASMR playthrough. Sonic the Hedgehog free is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm so happy to have finally shared it with you all. the fact that I've had to record this game so many times, but it ended up being this one. I feel like it was fate or destiny to share this playthrough with you all, my friends. The right combination of the music, the gameplay, the commentary, everything. It was fated to be, I think. And I'd be happy to share more ASMR adventures with every single one of you, especially with well-made, beautifully crafted games such as Sonic the Hedgehog free ASMR. But we're not done with this adventure just yet, are we? I think the next adventure should be Sonic and Knuckles ASMR, the other half of this game. And then perhaps, once we clear Sonic and Knuckles ASMR, we can combine their forces, fuse them together to form Sonic the Hedgehog free and Knuckles, one of the greatest games of all time, in my humble opinion. One of the best platformers, one of the best Sonic games. I think that's a final goal we should all aim towards. Until then, thank you for your time, my friends. And thank you for watching Sonic the Hedgehog free ASMR. Thank you, SEGA, Sonic, Tails, for this great experience. Sonic the Hedgehog free. Return from whence we came. We got one thing left to look at before we call it a close on this video. When you clear the game, you get this special picture of Supersonic to indicate you have obtained all 7 Chaos Emeralds. One thing I'd like to mention that's a great addition from Sonic 2, you actually have save states, so you can go to Zone 1, Angel Island, Zone 2, Hydrocity, or Zone 3, Marble Garden, Zone 4, Carnival Night, Zone 5, my favorite, the Ice Cap, or Zone 6, the Launch Base, basically allowing you to go back to whichever level you want. And you can do this with Sonic on his own, Sonic and Tails, or if you link Sonic and Knuckles, you can play Sonic levels with Knuckles. But I think I'll leave that for another day. Until then, it's time to call it a wrap on this video at long last. After 2 failed playthroughs that didn't just quite pan out, I'm very happy to have made it to this final one. So, it's time to say farewell for now. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching this video, my friends. It has been a pleasure to share this legendary title with you all. Thank you so much for your compassion, kindness, and support. Feel free to drop a like, comment, or subscribe on any of my videos, including this one, and check out my channel. Hopefully I make something that helps relax, entertain, or perhaps both. It's been a pleasure to make this video, and I hope you, no matter who you are or where you are, you have a wonderful day. You're number one. Take it easy, my friends. And I'll see you in the next Sonic the Hedgehog ASMR adventure. Whether it's a game or a roleplay, you'll just have to keep watching the channel and find out. Until then, as always, this has been your friend, Alakazam ASMR. And thank you for watching Sonic the Hedgehog free ASMR. Take care of yourself, my friend. You got this. I believe in you. Farewell. And, above all else, Adios, my friends.